Hi and welcome. What we're going to do here, I saw where somebody had posted a video showing their controller knob here was broken and it was off to the side. And there was one video response where they replaced the stem with a toothpick, but when I opened mine up, that didn't be the case. The stem was fine. I do apologize for the video being so far up close, but that's settings on my webcam. Apologize. And for room. Alright, basically, you've seen videos on how to open it by far now. I've already taken the screws out. What I used, which I purchased from AutoZone for about $10, $12, something like that, is a Titan Torx tool. And again, it has the security hole, and you won't be able to see it because of focus, but it's a T8 is the size. And to save time, I will go ahead and took all the screws out. Let me sure you're smart about saving, where you put your screws, because I've seen people lose them. Alright, and now I recommend, again, upside down. We don't want to have the buttons and stuff fall out. I learned my lesson the hard way. You're going to go ahead and lift up both the sides. And one of the biggest things going to hold it back in is the battery pieces here, where the batteries where they stand, and the triggers up front. So just push triggers in. You don't really have to do this, but it helps with coming off pretty, relatively easy. All right, once you get that off, off to the side. And one other thing I noticed about working with this is that the vibrators here, to get them, go ahead and take them out as well. And the reason for that is because it really does impede working with it sometimes when you get them flopping off to the side. So I'm going to go ahead and pop those out, and I recommend doing it from the plastic piece, not from the wires. That should be self-explanatory. Alright, and I just place them off to the side, left and right, so I know which one's left, which one's right. Not that I honestly don't know if that matters, but put things back the way they were. The reason I am opening these back up is because the stick that I did put back, I noticed it wasn't, it had a little trouble sliding left and right, so when I was there fixing it, I didn't bother cleaning it up, so that's what I'm doing today, is I'm going to clean it up. Go ahead and lift your board off. Now the front and back pieces, I've noticed also that, with a PS2 controller that I fixed before, that getting it back together was a real hassle, but this one's not near as bad. These front two pieces, the front piece rather, slides off these two sticks right there, and they slide right back on. But there's no reason for what I'm doing today to take them off, or the back piece, the gray back piece here. I went ahead and did this with my buttons up front, is what I'm going to do with the other stick as well. When I remove them, went ahead and cleaned them up as well, and that's what I'm going to do here. What you need, of course, Q-tip, and I used some rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol, of course, great cleaner, and also dries up fast, so we're just going to dab that just a little bit. The rubbing alcohol, and there where the sticks are, what we're going to do is we're just going to clean around the sides here. And again, we don't want this sopping wet. You don't want to get it on the board. Just going to clean that off. And alcohol is great, it dries fast. Alright, now back to fixing the thing that this is a response actually for. The stick that broke here, and this hopefully slides off easily. Actually, the stem was fine. The stem was intact. Nothing wrong with the stem at all. My problem was with the stick here is that one of these four parts right here had broken off, and that's the one that was broken right there. And what I did was I just took crazy glue, a pair of tweezers, so my fingers stuck, and I just put the glue down on the stick, Then put that piece, laid it straight in there, held it for a minute, make sure I got it lined up, let it dry. Now I'm going to go ahead and just, for sake of being, go ahead and get all this other stuff cleaned out too. And then this gap was here as well. And I don't know if you'll be able to pick up the gap down here. I think you can see it. Like I said, I apologize for the webcam. But I looked all over and tried to find that piece inside the controller and couldn't find it. And I checked the other, no gap. So apparently something did break and is broken off, but I was still able to glue it back on. And also, one other thing, I said, I use my left button more than I do my right one. So I said, well, I'll put the broken one on the right side. On the right side, that's as you hold it. But I noticed the other one has dots on it. I don't know, yeah, you can see those dots, and this one does not. I didn't know if it was a size thing or why it was done like that. No idea. I first tried to put this one that was originally broken back on the right side. It didn't fit. And I said, well, it's a size thing. Then when I put it back later, it did fit. So since because I play sports games, I rarely use the right button before I pass away. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back on there. Put my one with the dots, which is 100% fully intact, up here on this side. And again, want to make sure they go all the way down. Try to line them up by looking from top to bottom to make sure that they line up correctly. And one other thing about this one, the broken one, is that when I am using this button, I want to put this button down with a broken piece on the same side as where the direction I'm pushing mostly. I never push this thing backwards. So the resistance, because I'm pushing forward, is going to come from the back. So I'm going to go ahead and put this, the broken part, up toward the front, because that way the resistance, when I push up on it, comes from the back, the part that wasn't broken. Alright, once again, got it back down there, get it all the way down, make sure your buttons click, check your range. Alcohol obviously is dry by now. Alright, now, and also, if you're going to clean, go ahead and clean it. I've already done it, so for the sake of time, I'm not going to do it now. But again, just these buttons, they pop out one at a time. I Q-tipped around the sides of them and on the inside where they run up and down. And that is about it. Make sure when you're putting it back together, everything does pop together. Thank you, Microsoft. And once again, your left and right vibrating sticks. Again, try to use the plastic as much as possible. If you're pushing down, you don't want to push right down on those connections. So go to either side, use your fingernails, make sure they set all the way down. And for sake of time and for sake of boredom, I'm not going to show video of putting the screws back in. Alright, well that's it. And if your broken directional stick is caused by something other than a broken stem, hopefully that will help you. Alright, thanks and have a good day.